Hi everyone, welcome again back to the Passage of Harmony. My name is Shawnee Nicole, and the Passage of Harmony is a safe place for you to find balance and harmony, to live your best life, become your best version through spirituality, self-care, and self-expression. Today's topic is how to stop caring about what other people think. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about this topic today is because in my life, I've experienced always caring about what other people thought of me. I struggled so many years of worrying about what other people think. I've never really knew who I was, and I've always wanted to do what everyone else thought I should have, instead of really listening to myself and really putting myself out there and knowing what my needs were. I kind of was distracted by what everybody else wanted from me. And so I know that there are people out here right now who need some extra guidance and need to know how can they become more empowered. So let's dive right into it. The first way that you can stop caring about what other people think is to recognize that other people's thoughts, emotions, and opinions are temporary. Think about yourself, right? When you have an idea or you feel some type of way about something, don't you think like, hey, I feel strongly about this, and then the next minute you might think and your opinion might change on something, right? When you think about other people and how they are, they tend to change, right? Their opinions can change just like the weather, just like the leaves on a tree. And so when you rely on someone else's opinion and you care about what they think, you're ultimately giving your power away, and they are sometimes unstable. Their opinions might change. So you never want to leave who you are and your dignity and your character to another person, because that person can change no matter what, right? So you always want to just be your best self and empowered to know that, hey, I don't want to rely on anyone else, right? The second way to how to stop caring about what other people think is to know that at the end of the day, you are all you got, right? It's so important for us to understand that we came in this world alone. And even if you came in with a twin or a triplet or whatever, you still came in a sack by yourself through your parent, through your mother. So you have to understand that, hey, yes, I'm my own person. I live for myself. I have to make sure myself is good, because people come in and out of your life. You came in this world by yourself, and honestly, sometimes you may leave this world by yourself. So you have to understand that no matter who comes in and out my life, I'm really all I got. And so the only opinion that really matters is myself, right? The way that we are set up, we have a sense of belonging that we want. You know, they say that, it's historically known that Christ wanted community for everyone, and that's very true. We do want a sense of community. It is our basic need to have a sense of belonging, right? But we ever don't want to leave our worth and our guidance up to mankind, up to humankind, another person, because at the end of the day, they're figuring out their life just like you are, right? Yes, there are some people that are ahead in life more than you. Yes, you should have mentors. Yes, you should have people that can really guide you. But at the end of the day, you make that informed decision for yourself, and you empower yourself and be strong and firm in yourself, knowing that, you know what, I don't care what other people think, because I trust me. So it goes again with having that self-confidence, trusting in yourself, and believing in yourself. The third way of how to stop caring what other people think about you is just to know that God made you special in his own very way. And the judgment and the knowledge that he has given you is given to you for a reason. You know, a lot of times we compare our lives, and we'll go to certain places and we really want to make an impression, because we know first impressions mean everything, right? I've just gotten to a point in my life where I'll go into a room and I see, hey, I like these people more than do these people like me, because I value my opinion. I value myself. I know how I am. And me, I'm a highly sensitive person. I'm an empath, so I pick up on people's energies very strongly. I can go somewhere and I automatically know that the room or the area is bad. I can't read what people are thinking, but I'm very intuitive and I know if you are a good person or not. Even when I try to give a person the benefit of the doubt, I kind of know what their motives are, even without them saying anything. And I really believe that was a blessing that God has given me. And so when I go anywhere, I always say, Chantel, how can these people impress you? Because you already know your worth, you know you're amazing. How can, instead of like, when I was younger, that's how it would be. I would go somewhere and I'm like, oh, I hope they like me, and I hope, I can fit in and stuff. And then I realized, like, that's really the ego talk, right? The ego is our sense of self, is our story about ourselves. And so that ego, it really wants to fit in. It really seeks approval and validation. And sometimes you have to just drop your ego a bit and say, hey, what is my inner knowing? What is my essence of myself saying? And I know my essence is saying that I'm amazing, that I'm capable of doing anything I put my mind to. So guess what? When I think from my intuition and from my essence, the ego self-talk goes away. I think about, hey, I'm friendly, I come into a room, but how can these people impress me? Instead of me thinking negative, right? Me thinking of a place of lack and me worrying about what other people are thinking, me not caring and me just going in and coming from a centered place to know that, hey, are these people making an impression on me, or are these people great? I take it from myself and I put it on other people, if that makes sense. So when I walk into a new place with new people, instead of worrying about myself, where I fit in, I put it on the other people. Well, these people impress me. Well, these people vibe with me. And so that's another way for you to really realize and not care what other people think of you. Because at the end of the day, you are all you got. You are amazing. You are strong. And you have a lot of strengths that you are probably not even aware of. So you just have to have that confidence. You have to have that drive. You have to have that self-knowing that, hey, no matter where I go in life, other people's opinions don't really matter, because at the end of the day, my opinion matters, right? Yes, I can get constructive criticism. Yes, I can have someone guide me, but at the end of the day, I rely on my intuition and I rely on my judgment. I can also say too, like growing up in a world where people are praised to seek external validation. People are praised to always look for something outside of themselves. And so that's what I always used to do when I was younger. And I really trace it back down to my old childhood traumas. I realized that growing up, I didn't have anyone to mirror. So as I was growing up, I was trying to seek validation and get mothering and fathering from all of these other people, instead of really learning how to reparent myself. And it was hard to come to grips with that. But as I got older, as I matured, I realized that I had to learn on my own. I had to reparent myself. And once I became stronger through God and having this real positive self-talk, that I was able to transform myself, and I had to be able to empower myself. And so you can do the same exact thing. You have to understand that no matter what people think, you all you got, right? That sometimes God give you a calling and it's not on another person. It's not on another person. Sometimes the vision is only given to you, so you have to run with it. Think about all of the greats in the world, right? Moses, let's think of Buddha, Jesus. All of them people had to make an impact on their own. They had to be strong and courageous enough to follow the path that was calling for them. Other people might have scolded them. Other people might not understand, but they had to follow their true calling. They had to rise to the pedestal. They had to elevate themselves. And so another thing too, you can't When you think about other people, not other people may be at the same level of consciousness that you are. You have to understand that sometimes it's like you never know. Since we're not mind readers, you can see a person and you not know what knowledge or what levels of resources that they've been tapped into. You don't know that level of consciousness or awareness. So at the end of the day, you want to trust yourself. You want to not care what someone else thinks of you, because at the end of the day, you know what you learned. You know the resources you've been at. You know your strengths. You know your weaknesses. You know what you need to learn to get to that next level. But this next person, you don't know. You may value their opinion, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying you can't have a mentor or you can't have someone guiding you. That's not the case. You can get constructive criticism and you can get the guidance that you need from the people that you know are where you are and the people that you value their opinions on. But at the end of the day, you have to trust in yourself, and you cannot care about what anyone else thinks, because you are amazing. You are strong. You make smart and informed decisions. One thing I love is that I have on my wall right here of my affirmations is that I make powerful decisions, right? That's so important. I make powerful decisions. And when you speak with the power of your tongue, it forms in your subconscious mind to believe it. Your subconscious mind runs everything in your life, but you have to reprogram it. And a lot of people aren't aware of that. So just understand that you should speak affirmations to yourself. Use your judgment, use your discernment. But at the end of the day, another person's opinion changes just like the weather, honey. It changes just like the leaves on a tree. So you have to understand that no matter what, you are empowered. You make the decisions for your life. You make the callings, because it's your life at the end of the day. So thank you so much for watching this video. Hit subscribe or leave a comment and let me know what you think. Until next time.